some Pennsylvania lawmakers are pushing for the passage of the Crown Act, which is aimed at ending hair discrimination. I'm now joined by Representative Manny Guzman Jr., who's calling for it to pass. Representative Guzman, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me on. I really appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah, so I understand that Crown stands for Creating a Respectful and Open World for Natural Hair. Can you tell us more about the Crown Act?
Yeah, I mean, listen, obviously, the Crown Act is a piece of legislation that has been pioneered and led by our current Speaker, Joanna McClinton, and Representative Latasha Mays. And essentially, what it does, it kind of in a nutshell, and a very quick hit, is it ends hair discrimination here in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. And so, for those individuals, especially right here in our own backyard of Harrisburg, we know that there was an incident a couple of days ago regarding a student in regards to their hairstyle at St. Margaret's Mary's Catholic school. We understand that there are individuals like this family who were affected, who are being impacted and not being allowed to get the best education that they possibly can simply because their hairstyle looks a little different than what we are expected to see. And so essentially what this piece of legislation does is it allows our kids to be kids. It allows cultures to be respected. And of course, it prevents students and kids from being either expelled or suspended because of the hairstyle that their family wants to put on them. And quite frankly, with a lot of other issues impacting our children today, I think hairstyle is probably very low on that list of issues that are impacting our students and their ability to become academic performers.
Yeah, so I want to follow that because from parents to those in the hair industry, there's been a wide range of people asking for this to become law, but why do you feel it's needed?
Yeah, why do I feel it's needed? It's needed because I have a sister who has a distinct hairstyle that she likes to wear. And I remember her going to school and her being discriminated against in the Reading School District, not that far away from here in Harrisburg. And so, it's something that has impacted my family personally. And of course, I know that, like my sister, there are thousands of others, millions of other women and young boys and girls within our classrooms across the Commonwealth, right? Who have their cultural identity is literally tied to the style of hair that they have. And so who should it be for any educator or anybody in the educational system to be able to tell parents what they should be able to do with their children's hair? This act prevents educators from being able to say that and puts that decision in the parents' hands, which is what I know most of the constituents that I represent once. And finally, I would say, it passed overwhelmingly in the House of Representatives, 182 to 21. And unfortunately, right now it's sitting in the Pennsylvania Senate, where it has languished since about sometime in July of this year. So it's been since July since we passed it out of the House. And unfortunately, it's laying dead in the Senate right now because they refuse to run the bill.
Yeah, so in the meantime, because it's not law yet, what should someone do if they feel like they've been discriminated against because of their hair?
So number one is to continue to publicize and continue to make it into a public spectacle. Obviously, it's not something that we would want to do, but of course, it's important for policymakers here in the Capitol building to know that there is public pressure and public demand for something like this, not just in Harrisburg and Dauphin County, but in Berks County, where I represent, and all across South Central Pennsylvania. And so, number one is let your legislator know where you stand on the issue. Number two is email and contact that legislator. I mean, I can't tell you enough how important that is. And for the parents, Stephanie Robles in St. Margaret's, she has taken an active step to actually join us up here in Harrisburg to advocate for the passage of the Crown Act to be passed in the Senate. And so I know that the governor is willing to sign it, and I know us in the House, we've passed it. And so now all we need is for our Senate partners to do their job and actually pass the bill, which we know has overwhelmingly bipartisan support, as again, it was passed 182 to 21 out of the House of Representatives. And so it had pretty substantial bipartisan support. Now we just need the Senate Republicans to actually do their job. And so if you're at home watching this and you're upset about the way kids and folks can be discriminated against here in the Commonwealth simply because of the hairstyle that they have, then you need to get involved in the process, reach out to your legislator and let them know where you stand on this issue. And I promise you that we'll get it done sooner rather than later.
All right, Representative Guzman, thank you so much for joining us and for your time.
Thank you so much.